Yes, sir. Today, you kings need to get out here and treat yourselves to what you deserve. Stop wasting money on packs. Check out the MUT Reserve. Link down in the description below. You can go ahead and get training, players, and coins. And they all get cheaper when you use code Texas at checkout for 15%. Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Texas, and we are going to be going ahead and talking about the halfbacks that you guys can pick up for your team for the low. There are a ton of guys in Madden right now that you can choose from, as well as different archetypes. For halfbacks, we got power backs, elusive backs, and receiving backs, and you can go ahead and also factor in fullbacks, but most of us use a running back at fullback because everybody out here scum kicks online. If you got a fullback out there playing the actual position, what ends up happening is they fumble the ball. And since blocking this game is wildly not inconsistent, wildly in favor of the offense, I've been blocked by Bo Jackson. I've been blocked by Mostert. I've been blocked by a bunch of fast guys playing that fullback spot. So I don't really think the rating matters that much. It's all about the animation that you get, and anybody can drive anybody back on offense versus defense. So fullbacks are not going to be on the list. We're just going to talk about the power backs, the elusive backs, as well as the receiving backs. Before we go ahead and get into this list, a bit of housekeeping for the last video. So I did not realize that McNair did not get Hot Route Master. I thought that everybody at 90 overall got it for Field Journal, but you apparently have to have the 90 overall threshold plus 90 awareness, so he does not get Hot Route Master. So basically, because of that, I gotta do a better job of paying attention to this stuff that I'm talking about, because I want to give you guys the factual information, not really out here trying to lie to you guys on the internet. It's not what I'm trying to do at all, so sorry for that. So just kind of bump down that list to the second best quarterback. Big Ben does end up getting powered up to 90 overall. He also can get Hot Route Master and set feet lead, but again, the speed's not there. He's pretty much like a better Dan Marino. Somebody also mentioned that Herbert's also a really good card to have with set feet lead, top tier throw power, and he's mobile as well. Issue with Herbert is only gonna be that the fact that set feet lead only works inside the pocket. If you guys are only throwing inside the pocket, it makes a lot of sense just to go ahead and get him for the low. He's not going for much right now at all, especially considering the crash is gonna come pretty soon on Thursday with all the cards they announced. Why I like Gunslinger better is because it works outside the pocket or inside the pocket, and I constantly kind of move outside the pocket to get the better angles when I'm passing the ball. I don't know how many throws I've made within the pocket that usually the safety can recover on. Like, I don't really know why, but if I step to the left a little bit, I'm like 1 foot, 2 foot outside the pocket, the angle of the ball goes to where I want the ball to be thrown. So that's why I think Gunslinger is better than set feet lead. It can be manageable, but I still think that if you're going to be using set feet lead, you need to bring out a Hot Route Master as well, so you can go ahead and get those routes on the field, but then save your AP on your receivers and just throw on abilities that make them create separation. Last but not least, somebody mentioned Derek Carr. Derek Carr's set feet lead's broken still in November before Thanksgiving. They have not fixed it yet. They fixed it on Steve McNair, and they fixed it on what? Is it Brett Favre? Are the only two quarterbacks they fixed it on? But besides that, that ability comes out on Gannon, Derek Carr, and there's another quarterback in this game where it just doesn't work. So that's why Derek Carr wasn't on the list whatsoever. Anyways, going to get to the running backs. So I waited for the blitz reveal to make sure there weren't going to be any great running backs to come out, and there's not. We got Darrell Henderson for the Rams, who has like 90 speed, and we got Josh Jacobs, who's out here at 89 speed, and so those cards are not going to be on the list. My list that I have constructed right now is pretty much going to remain intact, with a few caveats I gotta throw out there. So we're gonna expect to crash this Thursday because EA is gonna be dropping blitz offers throughout the store. Well, those offers usually comes great deals. Those great deals will lead to the prices crashing. So like right now, they are gonna be dropping, at least that they showed on their stream, a 91 plus for $10 for the 50 player, stack 50 player they call it. So Reggie Bush's price probably will drop, but he probably won't drop enough to where he's going to be under 100,000 coins. And same thing with other cards. They'll probably drop most feared pack, which will then decrease the price of Mostert probably. Then they'll drop other stuff that will increase price of running backs. But I think the list that I have right now are the 3 best running backs at each archetype for the price. So let's go ahead and get into it without all this talking. Now, the budget we're gonna be set today is gonna be between 50 and 100,000 coins. Now, I don't like how cheap that is, but again, this is one of the first years where you can use a terrible running back in a long time and actually not fumble the ball and do a lot of cool stuff with it, man. If Dre Archer was in this Madden, he would be the best running back in the game. 57 overall, Dre Archer, 95 speed, because ratings don't really seem to matter. Every running back falls forward. Every running back breaks tackles on first contact. Every running back can catch out of the backfield if you get the abilities on them. So it just seems like they really did not do a good job of differentiating the top tier running backs from the bad running backs. But Also, it has more variety, so it's kind of a catch-22. The good thing, though, for us is that we can go ahead and get some of these cheaper cards, or some of these lower tier cards for much cheaper, I should say. So that allows me to make these budget videos for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into the power back variety first. And at the top of the power back category, I think there's one guy that stands above the rest, and let's go check him out. In my opinion, I think power backs are the worst build in the game, just because you're limited what the abilities can get. Plus, trucking and stiff arming, it takes too much time. Stiff arming last year with armbar was amazing, to the point where they patched like twice. And now stiff arm does not work in this year's game, man. Guys with high stiff arm don't really seem to be doing anything. And then trucking is always just takes too long, to the point where a second defender gets there to you. And since everybody seems to fall forward regardless of the archetype they have, and everybody has a pretty big reach for it, power backs are kind of the worst running back archetype. But the abilities they get at 90 overall are what you see right here on the screen, and then anything higher than that you get running back apprentice at 99 overall, spin cycle, return man, human joystick at 99 overall, jukebox. And so tanks, which have been cool last year but not really good this year, since again nobody fumbles the damn ball. It's a pretty limited amount of stuff that you can get ability wise, which make this archetype low-key terrible. But there's still some good cards out here you can get for the low. So gold standard at running back for power backs is none other than Adrian Peterson. This dude is the best power back in the game just because he has the most speed. Most power backs in this game are slow, if you guys haven't noticed. Like, you got Derrick Henry, who is one of the fastest running backs in the league. I think he ran like, what, 90 plus yards. He was running like 22 miles per hour, which is basically the same speed as DK Metcalf. But DK Metcalf has 96 speed, and Derrick Henry's out here with like 88, 89 speed. So not ideal for a running back of his variety. So they kind of don't really give these guys speed, because obviously they don't need speed. They can just bull through their opponents. But because everybody does that this year, not really that impressive. But yeah, but Purple Jesus is out here with 91 speed, with 91 break tackle, 92 trucking, man. Like, really, really good card. The thing is, if you compare this man to a card that came out, I want to say, when did Bo come out? Bo came out probably in, what, September? Like, and obviously I got my Bo powered up. Bo's 2 overalls lower, and he's 1 speed faster, has better change of direction, has basically has the same trucking and the same break tackle. Like, you're not really seeing much difference there. They get the same abilities. AP doesn't get anything special that Bo Jackson does not get. So there's really no point to pick up Adrian Peterson unless you're running a theme team. But instead, you can go ahead and pick up a guy like Bo Jackson, who, again, his price will come down. It's gonna be, I don't even know how much it costs to power this man up, but right now his 90 overall is 80,000 coins. Let me see exactly what Bo Jackson will run us to power up all the way to a 91 and get that 92 speed. But besides that, even powering him up, his 90 overall still has 91 speed. It's only gonna run you about 25,000 training, because it's about 10 per. Obviously prices are up right now, but when they go down, 25,000 training to power this man all the way up. So he's gonna be a little bit outside the budget that I set, but when I actually made this list, his 91 was going for like 95 to 100,000 coins. But right now the market is up in anticipation of this new event. So yeah, if you guys haven't sold your players off, this is the time to do so. But yeah, Bo Jackson's 91 will come back down in price, but even if it doesn't, you can still power this man up to a 91 overall, where you're gonna be out here with the 92 speed, with the top tier trucking if you want to do that. And you got a guy that's really hard to replace, man. I've been looking to replace Bo Jackson on my team forever. Nobody they seem to drop has good enough ratings to kind of knock him out of being my running back. Like, if I wasn't a Panther fan, my running back core would be Bo Jackson starting on McCaffrey, but I have to use McCaffrey out of just sheer loyalty because, you know, I got the jersey back there. So yeah, Bo Jackson is the best power back in the game, and he's going for like 100,000 coins. So you definitely need to add him to your team because he is a difference maker, especially around the goal line. Next up, we got elusive backs, and there's one guy in this game that everybody wants. If you got a power pass, it's more than likely worth going because he's one of the best halfbacks in the game. But we got this Saquon Barkley, who is the gold standard, man. 92 speed, 93 acceleration, 92 change of direction, with that high break tackle, man. This dude is fantastic at tier 3. He gets backfield master. It does take 2 AP, but you're able to get those hot routes to then do some crazy stuff out of the backfield to be able to beat man coverage, which is needed in this year's game because man spam is super annoying, and being able to get that ability in the tier 3 slot is fantastic. You guys may see a trend right now, man. Saquon Barkley going for 1,000,000 coins. Still has 92 speed. He's the same speed as Bo Jackson, who came out in let's say it together, like September. Wild. Why pay 1 million coins for a guy like this when there are 2 running backs you can pick up that are going to give you the same level of production for 1/10 the cost? I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. One of the guys on the list that didn't make the cut was gonna be Raheem Mostert. This dude is again, must-have, man. 90 overall, so at tier 3, he does get that backfield master, but yeah, 92 speed. Don't mind his trucking, right? Don't really, just look at his speed. That's all that seems to matter this year, man. One second, I'm gonna keep mentioning this. Everybody breaks tackles, no matter what archetype they are, no matter what their weight is. So 195 pounds, you think he's gonna die on the field going against like a guy like Taylor Mays or even the new Cam Chancellor coming out, but that's not how this game works, man. Hit power has been eradicated because of whatever reason EA doesn't want it in the game right now, and a lot of these guys that we're kind of going crazy over with the high hit power don't perform like we would like them to because they don't force as many fumbles since Enforcer got nerfed and since fumbles got nerfed. And so even though this guy is not as big as Saquon and a tinier halfback, he's still gonna be able to be utilized out there in the field. Just sucks that his price is a little bit too much right now. Again, look for it to go down on Thursday. If he does, he'd be the #1 elusive back on this list, but because he's 148, about 50,000 coins out of budget, let's check out the running back #2 on the list, which is what you guys should be picking up for your team if you guys are looking for somebody with some great speed. So a guy that comes within budget and is going to get you the speed that you need at running back is going to be none other than the team of the week elusive back Ronald Jones. Unfortunately, he does not get 90 overall, which is terrible because he does not get the backfield master at the tier 3 spot for 2 AP. But I mean, 92 speed for 90,000 coins is not a bad way to go. Again, don't care for the trucking, don't care for the break tackle. All you should look at is the speed, and he's 221, which is, he's big. It's a big dude, man. He's not gonna fumble the ball, obviously within reason. Don't be running this guy every single play. Like, you kind of got to sub dudes in and out of the game. But even if you do, I feel like nobody does. Even if quarterbacks aren't fumbling on hit sticks, why would running backs with higher carry? Like, so Ronald Jones is a must cop for guys looking for a speed running back for the low. When I made this list, he was like 70,000 coins, 60,000 coins. Now he's up about 30K. So I will wait, obviously, to pick him up until the prices go back down. But even then, though, man, 90,000 coins, 92 speed. I mean, you saw Saquon Barkley, who looked way better than this with every other rating, with the catching, the trucking, the break tackle, but they're going to play exactly the same. Well, okay, all right, I'm sorry. The one difference is going to be that since he can't get backfield master out of the backfield, his catching is going to suffer on those angle routes. But that's where the receiving backs come in, right? I have 3 running backs on my team. 2 of them are the guys I run the ball with the most, and then the other guy, which is my McCaffrey, which is the guy that I use just for passing because he has the ability. So if you use Ronald Jones as your running back, you can still get a receiving back out here, which will then save you AP on your offense because receiving backs at tier 3 get backfield master, but it's only 1 AP, which is really cheap. So let's go against the receiving backs right now. So check it out, McCaffrey right now, and this dude would be a great receiving back if he wasn't slow, right? 87 speed what this guy has if you don't have Spirit maxed out or Panthers chemistry. 87 speed. It creates separation because that ability, a backfield master for Texas routes, other routes, gives him improved catching out of the backfield. So he does make those tough catches in traffic, but 87 speed is not ideal. Even though he does have high change of direction, he has high agility and has really, like, he only has 80 break tackle, but there's been some clips, if you guys aren't come by my Twitch, he breaks a ton of tackles for no reason. So once again, that rating is just fictitious. It shouldn't even be in the game at this point because nothing seems to matter besides the animations that you get. But regardless, this dude is a monster, but his speed is too crazy. But there's a guy on this list that has come out that is really good, so let's go get to him right now. With the standouts, we got 2 receiving backs in the game that were pretty solid. We got Austin Eckler and we got Alvin Kamara. So Eckler was gonna be an option, but his power was going for like 60K still because of, obviously, people are wanting to power him up, and power up is kind of hard to get because not in packs right now. The only way to get them is by doing the set, and not many people are doing the Charger set outside of Charger fans for profit. Because of that, he's not a guy on the list, but he does have that really good change of direction, that really good agility that makes him really kind of interesting to power with that to 90 overall for 90 or 89 speed. But unfortunately, going for a little bit outside of the budget right now when you factor in training, as well as when you factor in the cost of the power up. That leaves us with 1. That leaves us with Alvin Kamara. And luckily for us, Alvin Kamara power up is going for 7,000 coins, which is a little bit on the higher end right now. You can probably get it for like 4,000, 3,000 coins, but never mind. That's going to cost you about 3,700 training to get this man powered up at about 10 per. it's gonna run you about, what, 37,000 coins, obviously. You factor that into his team standout card going for about 60K. A little over budget, about 4,000 coins, but when I show you guys his ratings, you'll be like, yo, this guy is kind of mini Reggie Bush, man. Let me go show you what I'm talking about. Get this man up to a 91 overall, same overall as Reggie Bush, for about 50K cheaper, obviously. He's gonna, and obviously that's not including Reggie Bush's power plus trading, so Reggie Bush is gonna be better, but obviously way more expensive. But Alvin Kamara at the 91 is gonna be 90 speed, which is fantastic, plus 14, 93 acceleration, 88 change direction, 90 juke move, and at tier 3 is gonna be able to get backfield master for 1 AP. If my McCaffrey creates separation with 90 speed against these freaking 92, 93 speed sub linebackers on those routes, like, Kamara is going to as well. So I know you guys may see the speed and be like, yo, that's not usable. I'm telling you right now, obviously the faster the better. Mostert would be amazing on that. Like, I hate guarding Mostert because he books it, but he's going for a little bit too much right now, and he costs 2 AP for that ability. But 90 speed is just good enough right now to where you are going to be able to create separation because of that improved route running and catching out of the backfield. So Kamara is the best budget receiving back in the game right now. So let's go and go back down the list. For power back, Bo Jackson, super simple. About 100,000 coins to get powered up all the way to the max, or just wait for its 91 redux to come back down under 100,000 coins. For elusive back, Ronald Jones, and if Mostert's price does crash because of the Blitz event this upcoming weekend, he'll be number 1 on the list. But right now, it is going to be Ronald Jones with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then for the receiving back variety, we got this Alvin Kamara. Now, if I missed anybody, please let me know down in the comments section below. You guys were very, very helpful in the last video, leaving comments about players that I might have missed, or letting me know about stuff that I didn't know about in terms of like abilities and what overalls they needed to be able to, or what ratings they need to get the ability activated. So I thank you guys for at least leaving that information. That way I can do a better job in the future, give you guys better information. So that way I'm not giving you guys lies. So hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys did, smack a like on the video. It's been your boy Texas, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
They say money can't buy your happiness, but I swear to God, it's a good down payment. Trying to stuff so many binges in my pocket, you would swear that I was out here trying to drown Franklin. I was bred in the slums, got fed up with crumbs, now you don't play a pound cake. Told me money was a root of all evil, but I swear to God, I ain't never found Satan.